Oh my god, that's gonna be so distracting.
30 seconds.
It's so loud.
15. 10, 9,
Lovely.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Point Blank, your entertainment segment. I'm Claire.
And I'm Cassandra.
So let's pick up from where we left off with The Bachelor. So recently we had Heather
Yes.
from whose season? Peter's, like Colton's? I don't even know.
I think it was Colton's.
I think it was Colton.
And she wasn't that much of the star in Colton's season,
No.
but I think she came back because she wanted to make some sort of appearance and get some more social media outlook. But spoiler alert, this recent episode, he definitely felt bad for the other girls because here this girl is coming in to the middle of the season and just jumping in when there's only a few girls left that have built relationships, and she thinks she could just jump on and win him over. But no, she is actually going home. So
I think she was like, I think she expected to be the Bachelorette. And then when she wasn't, like, this was her way of
Yeah.
trying to wean back in. And she said she came back because, like, Hannah Brown, who was friends with, like, Tyler, who was friends with
Yeah.
Matt, was like, you should go for it. He's super cute. And she came back, and on the episode, she's like, he's really hot and cute and funny, and I really wanted to meet him. Like, what makes you entitled to come in halfway through the season? All the other women thought he was cute and wanted to get to know him.
And the girls
she
were
comes in,
pissed.
yes. And yes, they're dramatic, they're pretty rude, but I would be mad too if someone
I
came in
would too.
halfway through for like no reason other than, well, he just seemed really nice and I wanted to know him. Every Bachelor fan is thinking that right now.
Yeah,
Like every
they-
person watching The Bachelor is like, he's super nice. I wish I was on this.
yeah.
I don't know.
They definitely did it to stir the pot. Like, I knew when I saw that whole segment that she was coming in, I was like, this is to stir the pot, and it will stir drama. And knowing these girls, they were waiting to see her reaction. But when she did show up, I really thought she was going to go further, like a few episodes before he sent her home. But
Yeah.
right away, he was just like, nope, this is not going to work. Bye. So that was pretty cool to see that he stuck up for the other girls and
Yeah.
got rid of her. So.
He's definitely not one to play around with the drama. Specifically,
No.
like him, there's been other people that kind of like play it a little while, and obviously, like,
Yeah.
does production have something to do with that? But with this specifically, it was so short-lived. Like, I'm like, where did that even come from, and why did it happen?
Why did it happen? It was pointless.
But yeah, I don't even know. And then another spoiler, speaking of people leaving the show, Katie, my favorite from last episode, got sent home.
Yeah, I
So-
was pretty happy about that, I gotta say. From the one-on-one with how they were vibing, I just wasn't seeing that it was gonna go further. But I think she had her time to shine, and I just didn't see any connection with them. I didn't see that he genuinely would look at her and like her, and I think it was her time to go. But it's crazy to think, did you hear the news about that she might be
Yes.
the upcoming Bachelorette?
I don't know how
What do
I
you
feel
think?
about it. I mean, so I liked her because she stuck up for the women, and she was
Yeah.
like, you don't know anything about her, that sort of thing. The more she got into the season, she did not really have a connection with Matt, and she said she did, and she was like, I'm concerned about my connection. I just feel like she never really did have much of a connection with him anyway. But also, like, as a Bachelorette, I'm not sure how I would feel about her. Like, I feel like there's other women that are going through the season longer that I would more
Yeah.
want to see in that role.
She doesn't really play the part well. Like, I couldn't see
Yeah.
her being the face of Bachelor Nation for an entire season. It's one thing to have her on as one of the contestants, or maybe even send her to Bachelor in Paradise. That's one thing. But to put her as the Bachelorette, that would be bold. And I just don't think she would gather enough attention of an audience to be able to pursue that part. So I don't know. Well,
I'm curious going forward to see if anyone else sticks out or if any other rumors come out.
Yeah.
Because it is a little, I guess it's not early to make those assumptions, but there's definitely other people that are developing a lot right now that didn't before.
well, it's usually they pick the Bachelorette from the last like 2 or 3 girls, or
Yeah.
someone that they vote for that they really think deserves it. So hopefully, I guess we'll find out later on, but I think they just wanted to stir some emotion and see what people's thoughts were on if she did get the vote of being Bachelorette, but I don't think she's going to get it. That's my prediction.
Yeah. And in other Bachelor news, I'm sure you've heard, everyone's talking about it right now.
No.
Chris Harrison taking a break for an
Leave of
unreported amount of
absence.
time. Have you seen what's been going on? Have you heard about that?
I have. I was very startled to see all this information come to light because I never thought there would come a day where he was actually going to step down and take a break.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see if he's going to come back. I know that there was some issues with a statement that he said that offended a lot of people and he was really concerned about, but I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen.
Yes, and for those of you who don't know specifically the background on this information is that one of the contestants, Rachel, was caught with some racist photos and remarks on her social medias from the past, and Chris Harrison had a little something to say about it in a clip, so let's take a look at that.
Well, Rachel, is it a good look in 2018 or is it not a good look in 2021?
It's
Because
not
there's
a
a big
good look
difference.
ever because she's celebrating
Well,
the old South. If I went to that party, what would I represent at that party?
I don't disagree with you. You're 100% right in 2021. That was not the case in 2018. And again, I'm not defending Rachel. I just know that, I don't know, 50 million people did that in 2018 between, it's like that was a type of party that a lot of people went to. And again, I'm not defending it. I didn't go to it. We are not looking under the same lens. And that is, again, the grace and the compassion, the understanding. With this girl at, I don't know how old she would have been back then, have thought, historically, this mansion stood for this. Guys, it's not really that woke that we're here. We need to have the understanding and the compassion of this history and what this stood for and what these people who own this mansion stood for. My guess.
So what do you think about that? Because I'm actually very curious to think about what you feel, because I love Chris Harrison and I understand this was a harsh and bold statement and it got a lot of people angry, but I do respect that he stood up, he apologized for it, recognized his actions, and I think that it's important people do that and are forgiven. So I'm curious what you think about that.
Yeah, there's definitely in the clip, you can tell that he's kind of like, people were like, he's defending her, he's saying like, don't be so hard on her sort of thing. And what a lot of people were upset about was how they were saying he doesn't understand the Black Lives Matter movement. He doesn't understand what that means. He doesn't understand what it's coming from. And his statement that he put out was basically saying, I'm taking a break. And he said, I am taking the time to really learn and I'm actively learning. And, in that apology, he said, I'm going to learn about this. And you see a lot of people nowadays who get called out for these sort of things. They're like, I'm going to educate myself. I'm going to learn. For him, it was a little bit of a different situation because in that clip, he was like, oh, I like kind of nonchalantly bringing it up. Like it wasn't very direct. So I don't know, but he's definitely taken a lot of heat and it's been everywhere.
Yeah, it has, but I guess we'll hear about it more upcoming to see what's to happen. I wonder if he will take a leave and then not come back, or if he will take a leave and then end up coming back in future seasons. So I guess we'll have to see what happens with that. But on another note, let's talk about the royal upcoming baby.
Yes, so Prince Harry and Meghan Markle announced their pregnancy. It was surprisingly 37 years, was it, after Diana announced her pregnancy?
Exact
on
day.
the same day, February 14th, Valentine's Day. And she's been wanting a second child. They finally announced it. They said, hey, like, Archie's gonna be a big brother, all that stuff. So
No, it's so
it's really
exciting.
cute. Yeah.
I know they're really happy, especially since she's always wanted 2 children, and she did have a lot of issues with the whole problem of her losing her child previously, and I know that she went through a lot with that. So I could tell it took a toll on them as a family, but it was nice that they were willing to try
Harry
again.
and Meghan Markle are expected.
I'm really happy for them that here they're going to have a second child and there's going to be another royal baby, and I'm excited to see all the pictures and
Yes.
things she has to say. So that's really
supposedly
exciting.
they're kind of keeping it a little more low key right now. I don't think she's announced like how far along she is or anything like that yet. So we'll have to keep up to date on if there's any new announcements on that.
Yeah, I'm surprised that she announced it so quickly and didn't wait, because especially after her previous loss, I was thinking maybe she'd wait till she would start showing and she got further along, but I guess we will find out more info about that.
And on another note, drama again in the entertainment industry. We have the Kendall Jenner fiasco with the tequila that she came out with. She's been working on it for 4 years. So basically what's going down is that people are saying there's cultural appropriation for Mexican culture with the new tequila. People are saying that it was insensitive, calling her out. And then what a lot of other people are saying is the fact that, you know, she came out with this tequila she's been working on for 4 years, but then you have Nick Jonas, you have Dwayne Johnson, like they came out with tequilas and they didn't get the same kind of heat. So is it like, oh, she's a woman, so we're gonna give her that heat, or is it,
Maybe
you
because
know,
she's
like,
part of the Jenner family
exactly,
and
like
everybody
she's
hates,
a Kardashian Jenner, and people will find any kind of dirt on them possible. Like they're one of the most hated families in television, in reality television. So what do you think about that whole situation?
I just recently heard about it today, and I was surprised to see that someone like her is taking on the action of starting a whole tequila line. I didn't think that was her cup of tea, but it's going to be cool to see where she takes it. And I thought it was really interesting how she took the approach of entering it into a bunch of different competitions and then ended up winning awards, and it was all anonymous. So no one knew, oh, this is like her creation of tequila, let's give her an award. It was all anonymous. It could have been a random person entering this, and here she was. She won all these awards, so it must be good, I assume, that she did seem like she put a lot of work into it, and I'm very curious to try it and see if there's a huge difference about it, but I don't think she should get hate. I mean, other people have had tequilas come out, as you were saying, so I don't think it should be a problem that here she is taking on this new approach in her life. But
Well, that's all the time we have today for our entertainment segment. Let's throw it over to Lauren and Lisbeth with fashion.
Thank you, Claire. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to your Point Blank Fashion segment. I'm Lauren.
And I'm Lisbeth.
And today we'll be discussing winter and spring fashion trends and which are the most and least favorable.
So we'll be talking all about trench coats, wide leg jeans, stilettos, and turtlenecks.
So tell me your opinion on the wide leg jeans.
Honestly, I am a big fan of skinny jeans and I have not let go of that, but I definitely think that wide leg jeans and straight cut are definitely making a comeback. I think that a lot of people are starting to get into streetwear, and that's where you see it the most, and you see a lot with sneakers. And I also think that it's just such a big fashion statement because you usually just don't see it anymore. I mean, I've seen a lot of people on TikTok and different fashion blogs, and they'll start looking at shopping in the men's section to find these wide leg pants. So I think it's definitely something that I'm looking forward to seeing in the spring and to see how they layer it that way, because I've definitely seen how they've tried different combinations in the wintertime. But that's what I think about it. What do you think?
I'm personally flattered to see the wide leg jeans making a comeback because I'll be honest with you, I was never a fan of skinny jeans. I kicked those to the curb about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I like how the wide leg jeans are so spacious because I just felt like skinny jeans were so tight. I remember the first time I tried them on, I was 12, and they were just so snug, and my mom tried to force me to buy them. I was like, I know you're joking. And the wide leg jeans, I like how they come in different colors. Like I like the light blue especially.
I think I think skinny jeans, they become like jeggings and they're more towards legging type of thing. But I think that the wide leg ones, they're more jean material, which I also like. I mean, I've been seeing a lot of people shop at Gap for them. And I honestly think it's probably one of the best things that is going to happen for a trend for 2021.
I think so too. And I know that many people now are abandoning leggings and sweatpants because they're attracted more to maybe to an extent skinny jeans, but also the wide leg pants as well.
Yeah. And then something else that we've been seeing on trends is definitely we're leaving stilettos behind.
I know. Can you believe that?
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of it. I have always hated high heels because I'm pretty tall for myself, so I don't wear them all the time, and I like to be comfortable, so sneakers is always the way to go. I mean, I seen it in inauguration where I don't even know who it was, but someone was wearing a Dior sneaker, instead of, I think it was Kamala Harris's nephew, and he was wearing a Dior sneaker, and I was just like, yeah, because that's the way to go now. I mean, it's all about being comfortable and also having like a clean cut at the same time, and I think you can still get that with sneakers. What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely think that sneakers and Uggs are the best in terms of providing comfort and support, because especially during the winter season right now, and if you live in a colder climate, you don't want to slip on ice or snow. You want great support and you want to be comfortable during this time of the year.
Definitely, I agree with that 100%. I mean, I still have love for heels. I wear them when I go to church all the time, but I think with COVID and snow that we're getting and everything around it, I think that sneakers and like just closed-toe shoes are definitely the way to go instead of stilettos.
Yeah, and part of the reason why stilettos and high heels are not as prevalent now as they were is due to the pandemic, because many like entertainment spots have since closed down because of COVID, obviously, so people can't go out as much as they did. So their objective more so is just to be comfortable during this time of the year, and they at the same time also look fashionable too, but I think that's definitely a huge factor in it too.
Yeah.
But I will always love heels, as you can probably tell.
Yeah.
But I think they're probably more suitable for special occasions like a date or like maybe a night out or a fashion show for that matter.
And I also think like even in the workplace, we see more sneaker than we do stilettos or any type of high heel. I think people are just really getting into the fit of, you know what, let's be comfortable. It's the new style. I think Gen Z has definitely done a great example and a great job of trying to make that possible for everybody to just be comfortable and be happy with what you have on.
Yeah, and I'm so proud to see that.
Yeah. So, you know, as we approach what looks like a ice storm, what are you planning to wear?
Well, I would personally recommend turtlenecks because, first of all, they provide great ventilation and they keep you warm too. I also recommend trench coats as well. And I know that Amazon, Macy's, and also I think Kohl's, they have great deals for trench coats at this time of the year too.
Yeah, I have never owned a trench coat, but what's the difference between that and a raincoat?
Well, I think raincoats are more water resistant than trench coats. There are some trench coats that are water resistant, but I think one of the benefits of the trench coats is that they're better at keeping you warm, and it can deter water from actually, entering your clothes underneath.
Yeah, I think that trench coats are more also fashionable, right?
I agree.
Whereas like a raincoat's kind of like you just put it on because it's gonna rain. But I feel like a trench coat, you can really style it and layer it with any piece of clothing, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about turtlenecks? I mean, we're getting into the season. Well, we've already been into the season where turtlenecks have been a high demand. What's your favorite color in turtleneck?
Oh,
For a
wow.
turtleneck?
I have to say probably either red or maybe black, because I think the white turtlenecks are gorgeous, but the thing is I don't want to get them dirty, obviously. That's one of the downsides of buying a white turtleneck. And I'm from Florida, so I've only started wearing turtlenecks for the past year, but I think they're definitely beneficial in like colder climates.
Yeah, I never really, when I was younger, I hated turtlenecks. It wasn't something that I used a lot. I felt like it was choking me. I would literally tell my mom, I don't like it. I feel like I'm choking. But as I got older, I guess I just kind of liked how it looked on me. And I was like, you know what, this isn't really bad. So, I mean, it's pretty good.
Yes. And thank you so much for joining us. That's all the time we have for tonight. We'll be right back with Student Spotlight after this quick break.
The langoustine lobster ravioli.
For you, sir?
The original call was for langoustine ravioli. Langoustine is a tiny kind of lobster. Slight shellfish allergy rules that out. Plus, my wife ordered the langoustine. I will have chicken tenders and tater tots.
If you're a ref, you way over-explain things. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico.
Sir, we don't have tater tots.
It's what you do.
I will have nachos.
High Point University is focused on preparing students for the world as it is going to be. There's a growth mindset in our institutional DNA. So while our campus growth is impressive, the true relevance lies in how HPU creates an innovative learning environment that fosters the entrepreneurial spirit in the minds, in the hearts, and in the souls of our students. This is High Point University. Extraordinary.
Welcome to Freddy's. How are you guys doing?
Meetings. Lunch meetings all week. All salads.
Bean salads.
Quinoa salads. Heirloom salads.
Frisee salads.
Sometimes, a guy needs a Freddy's Original Double, Chicago Dog, and a Turtle Sundae. Make that 2, please.
3.
Absolutely.
If you're gonna be bad, it better be good. Being bad never tasted this good. Freddy's, the experience that puts a smile on your face and the taste that brings you back.
Musco Lighting. We make it happen.
High Point University is focused on preparing students for the world as it is going to be. There's a growth mindset in our institutional DNA. So while our campus growth is impressive, the true relevance lies in how HPU creates an innovative learning environment that fosters the entrepreneurial spirit in the minds, in the hearts, and in the souls of our students. This is High Point University. Extraordinary.
Hello and welcome to Student Spotlight. I'm Sarah Hoyt, and here I'm with Charcoal Pony member Nicolette DeMarco to talk about the Charcoal Pony and improvised improv podcast. Wow, that's a mouthful. So what exactly is Charcoal Pony? I've heard a lot about it.
So we're an improv group here on campus. We perform shows. We try and do like 3 or 4 a semester. We just get up on stage and do different skits and games and perform at Parents Weekend and off-campus shows, and we just do whatever we can to make people laugh and smile.
Sounds like a lot of fun. How can you get involved in the club?
So we have auditions in the fall semester, like the 2nd or 3rd week of school, and we also have open practices, which is a way people can like come and hang out with us and play games with us during a practice, which is a lot of fun. Those are always, I look forward to them.
Oh my gosh, that sounds awesome. And I heard you guys have a podcast going on now. It sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, we started a podcast this semester because we can't have shows, which is a main part of what we do, and we miss interacting with people. So we started the podcast, and it's just a way for us to let the audience know we're still here, we still care about them, want them to have a good laugh every once in a while. So they just tune in and listen and hear us talk about whatever we talk about.
And what have like the recent themes been for the episodes?
We allow whoever's doing it, we have like 3 or 4 people in a podcast. We let them talk about whatever they want. It can range from a Q&A or talk about their favorite restaurants on campus or really whatever they want. It's a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh, it's very improvised,
Yeah.
It sounds like. It kind of goes along with the theme.
Yes.
When do new episodes come out?
They come out around every Thursday at like 1 o'clock. Yeah.
And how many episodes do you guys currently have out?
We have
right now?
3 currently.
That's actually really cool.
Mhm.
And why should the audience tune in to your podcast?
We just miss interacting with everyone and like hanging out with our friends and like in the show like the audience would. So this is their way of like interacting with us and being our audience, but in the safety of their own room. So tune in to just listen and laugh and kind of get to know us and meet our new members and who we are and all that. It's a lot of fun.
It sounds like it, but I mean, I think it's a fun
time, you know?
It really is, yeah. I love it. It's awesome. Tune in. Follow our Instagram to get a lot of information about it as well.
Yeah. Well, that's all the time we have. Now let's send it off to Liv and Grant with point plates.
Hello, and welcome back to Point Plates. I'm Liv.
And I'm Grant. And happy Ash Wednesday, happy birthday, Michael Jordan, and happy birthday, Olivia.
Thank you. And also Ed Sheeran's birthday. Happy birthday, Ed Sheeran.
Wow, a lot of birthdays today.
Big day, big day.
Yes, it's Olivia's birthday, and it's also a special segment today because it's going to be a two-part, maybe even 3, 4, 5, who knows?
We don't know. We'll
series where me and Liv are going to be talking about off-campus restaurants that we like to frequent. So I'll start it off with Schenko, and then Liv will go into talking about Nasty Carolina's Diner.
Give it a
So
break.
first, let's go into Schenko. So, as always, I like to start with my go-tos. And at Schenko, my go-to is the entree, which you can get for $9. It comes with a meat on top of rice, a side of either soup salad, spring roll, or egg roll. And the difference between a spring roll and an egg roll is that an egg roll has meat, spring roll just has vegetables. And I usually like to get, for my entree, the sesame shrimp, and then a side of clear mushroom soup, which kind of tastes a little bit like hot piss, but
Wait, and you recommend this?
yes, it doesn't
Okay.
taste all the way like hot piss.
I know,
but
I mean, I assume.
I can get over that.
That's okay. Yeah, as long as you forget the piss part, we should be
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, it's good. Try it.
Yeah.
Occasionally, I'll also do the General Tso's chicken or General Tso's shrimp or spicy garlic shrimp or bang bang shrimp. I'm a big shrimp guy.
I see. Yeah.
Then hibachi, I always like my hibachi. Hibachi is basically the same thing, but it comes, have you ever been to like,
Yeah.
what's,
Yeah.
where they cook in front
Oh,
of you?
yeah, with the whole hot pan and then they
Sakura.
like the volcanoes.
Right,
Yeah,
Sakura or
yeah.
someplace like that.
Yeah.
I usually like to get that, and that's what the hibachi is. And it
Mhm.
comes with, same thing as the entree, rice with meat on top, mixed with zucchini, broccoli, onions, mushrooms. You get a wide variety of meats, beef, seafood, scallops. Wow.
Oh,
That's
okay.
very high end.
Feisty.
And then you could get, I heard you, Emmy. I'm not surprised. I was just saying it's very bougie for them
Bougie.
to have scallops. I'm not surprised. I knew they had scallops. Then you can get, then you can get sushi. They have a wide variety of sushi choices also. You get $6 for 6 pieces, a whole plethora of choices.
Plethora.
You can get a pick 3, which you can get sushi with. So you get rice, meat, and then a side of sushi, those 6 pieces of sushi. And then you can get soup as your side. You can get that clear mushroom soup. And then they have a whole bunch of sides, really good sides.
Oh, do tell.
Pot stickers, which I love. They're my favorite. Shrimp or beef or chicken, whatever.
Mhm.
Edamame with lots of salt. You know I like salt.
Oh, I love edamame. Yes.
That really thick salt too that you can see.
The coarse
Yeah, the
salt.
one that looks like crystals.
Beautiful stuff.
Plain lo mein noodles, and then go to Walmart and get you some pure sesame seed oil and just go to town.
Go to
with
town.
that. Get 2 orders, by the way, of the plain noodles. They have squid salad, which I've never heard, but I've had. Have you ever had jellyfish?
No, that
Jellyfish-
sounds kind of nasty. Gotta be honest.
Jellyfish is edible if you didn't know that, and it's good. It tastes very good with soy sauce, and it's very salty. Like I said, I like my salty stuff. They also have crab rangoon, however you pronounce it. I've never had it. Actually, I have,
Oh.
but I don't get that often. I only get it if someone else I only eat it if someone else gets it.
Okay, got you.
But that's only to name a few, the sides. And some of the perks of going to Schenko is that the prices are reasonable for college students, and that's kind of their intention because we live in a college town, and so they want to make the prices affordable for college students. Broke college students, I guess. I'm not a broke
yeah.
college student.
Oh, good for you. That's awesome.
And the food is amazing, to sum it up. There's lots of things you can mix, match with, lots of meal options you can choose from, and it's right on East Chester Drive across from High Point Bagels, which is, you ever been there?
I've heard great things.
Which is also amazing. Their bagels come straight from New York, and you know they say something about the water, or excuse me, Jersey, and they say or maybe New York, same area,
Good water.
They say something about the water up there makes the bagels thicker or whatever. I don't know. New York tap water is good, I will say. It's some of the best tap water in the country.
Really? Wow.
And it's also near Planet Smoothie, if anyone's familiar with that shopping area on East Chester. And then it's also next to or near the knockoff Chipotle called Barbaritos, which is good. Barbaritos is all right.
I've actually heard good things about Barbaritos.
It's all right, but I'm going to Chipotle. Anyway,
Strangely enough.
Nasty Carolina's Diner, go ahead.
Oh my gosh. Okay. First of all, we can't give Carolina's Diner a terrible rep because I actually enjoy Carolina's Diner. It's not one for class, but I am that classy, so it's okay. So, it's about 5 minutes away from HPU and near, like next to the Taco Bell, so very convenient. And I guess if you don't like the food, go to Taco Bell. And it's great for breakfast and lunch. And it's open for late.
I thought it was open 24/7.
It's open till 11 p.m.
Good.
It's not like a Denny's, but it's close to one. Now, I really like it because not only do you get like a great, it's good for its price. I'm saying this. It's cheap. Like my dinner was like, I think it was $7. It might have been $8, like everything all together, but like $7
Yeah,
for
it's cheap
a
because it's
entree.
nasty.
Yeah, but hang on. They have all these different selections, so you can get like platters, and it depends on like how hungry you are. So I got like the 2 platter, so it like you get 2 eggs of any sort of way you want them. I like them scrambled. I recommend them scrambled. I also like, they give you 2 pancakes, and you could choose a meat of choice. I prefer bacon. I recommend bacon, but my friend got the ham, and he liked it. As well as they have sandwiches, and I heard they're pretty good. They have a hammy sandwich. It's called hammy sandwich, and it has a lot of ham, so be prepared for ham. But I heard that's one of the best sandwiches they got, so I recommend that. Now, my go-tos, see, as a person who's a big diner person, you gotta get breakfast. So I'm gonna talk about breakfast go-tos. Their French toast, pretty good. Their breakfast platter, like I said, pretty good. I forgot the name, but that's not important. You'll find it on the menu. Actually, funny enough, I couldn't find the menu online. It's so secretive.
What, Carolinas?
Yeah, it's so secretive. They don't even got it online. You gotta go there, guys. Yeah,
Good.
Hang on. And now I gotta say, it's not fancy, but it's a little run down, but it has that old-fashioned homey style. It's not the most sanitary. I gotta be honest with you. I was not impressed by people coming in without masks on, but I was wearing a mask and I felt safe alone.
Do we have a mask mandate right now?
I'm not sure, but people are not listening, and that's upsetting. But we're not COVID anymore. We're food. Now back to what I was saying. The waitresses were really nice, and they give you like a ton of syrup. Like I went with 4 people, and they gave us like.
Riley said, you all know Riley. Riley said the syrup is disgusting. And
let me explain
I
why it is.
wholeheartedly agree.
Let me explain. So when I got the syrup, they give you in little cups, okay? Open everywhere.
Really?
Yeah, they give, yeah.
I
And I was with
don't
4
remember
people.
that.
They gave like 6
I just remember it was
cups
nasty, though.
of syrup. Yeah, 6 cups. For only 3 of us actually got something you put syrup on. You don't put syrup on a hammy sandwich, gosh. Anyway, so basically, I was given this cup. It had no top, okay? And the surface was like solidified, if you might say. It looked like plastic wrap was on top.
Like saran wrap.
Yeah, yes. So that was kind of concerning. But I think I know why. It's like science or something, but it also is kind of nasty. But if you
Was
want
it hot?
cheap food, that's where it's at.
Was the syrup hot?
Nah, kind of.
Room temperature?
Room temperature, which is okay.
Okay, here's my thoughts on Carolina's Diner. I'm not trying to run them out of business, by the way. They just need to get it together. I went a year, so actually the first and only time I will ever go. It was right after we got back from Christmas break. We were all hungry. We had all been traveling all day, so we decided to go there because we had never been, and we'll never go again. I got grits.
Grits.
The grits tasted like chlorine, pool water.
Well, I don't eat grits, so I can't say.
I forgot it was so nasty, I forgot what I got. But yeah, hopefully next week we can talk about some. We will talk about some other places on campus. I told you this is going to be a part 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 series.
Lots of numbers.
We'll probably go to the end of the semester talking about off-campus food because there's just so much to talk about. But you know where you go if you want some breakfast, and they have all that stuff at Carolina's Diner, the Silverline Diner.
Oh, wait. That's another time, another segment. And that's all the time we have. So stay tuned and stay hungry for our next episode. And
thank you for tuning in to Point Blank this week. We'll see you next week, and don't forget to tune in to Point Blank Sports this week. See you later.
bye.